Hey everyone, it's Jen here. I'm doing a pick a card reading for career. So group 1, we have the Everyday Witch Tarot with some amethyst, the Green Witch Tarot for group 2 with malachite, and for group 3, the Light Seers Tarot with some citrine. So if you want to pause and pick a group, or I like to just watch all of them when I'm watching others. Okay, so we'll jump right in with group 1. So let's see what's going on with your career for group 1. This wanted to come. Let's just turn them right over. Wow. So dream job, healing. Oh my God. That is crazy. Wow. So I'm a little bit at a loss for words with this reading. So the star is all about healing, dreaming. This could be something that puts you sort of center stage or elevates you or puts you in a position where people will be watching you, perhaps doing trainings or speaking. If you're an actor or performance of some kind, you could be getting a role, or something you do could be going viral or making you famous in some way. It could be getting recognition at work, getting a promotion, an elevation in position, being recognized, getting an award, being in the company newsletter, being in a being interviewed for a local, or it could be national, but a local publication, paper, news outlet, something like that. I mean, the Nine of Cups is the wish card. So it's it's your dream job in a way. The Death card does indicate a change in career. So maybe this job comes up and you've applied for it, and it will require. I do see your career changing in the next. I didn't really give a time frame around this, but this is really more of a timeless reading. So whenever you're watching it, a change in career. So you may have to let something go, though. The Death card is about change. You may need to release something in order for this new to come in. So maybe there's one part of your job you really liked, or friends you really liked. Maybe you have to change offices, or maybe you have to move somewhere else, relocate. And so, but there would be a release of something in order to let this new opportunity come in. I mean, it is your dream job. Now, some of that will have to do with what your dream was, when you really think about it. So it could even be something where you have better hours, or less hours, or more hours, or, it could, whatever you were sort of hoping for or wishing for. I highly suggest that you write your own job description. What is your perfect job? And write it in affirmations. You can look up how to do this in the positive and say, and more, so you don't limit yourself. That's what the teaching is for affirmations. I want a job that allows me this salary or more. So really getting clear on it and manifesting this shit. But this is incredibly positive. It's almost like it took me back a second. In this Death card here, it's interesting. He's, or it, whatever, is going to, cut this. It's like something's hanging on by a thread, and just one little tap of that sword, can you see that? We'll cut that cord. Oh, there's something on my screen. Sorry. Remind me later. Oh, no, now I'm all over. Now I'm off. Okay, sorry. So if you can see that is about to cut that cord. Maybe you'll get your own accounts. You'll be a supervisor. I feel like there's a step up, though, more responsibility. There's some sort of cord cutting. Maybe you'll have to leave your family and move, or something like that. Some sort of something, though, will be let go of because of this. Now, of course, if you move, it doesn't mean, I worked at another place for 10 years. I had moved to the other side of the state, and I still talk to my friend there every single day, with technology nowadays. But I almost feel like there's one part of your job you do have to give up to make room for the other. Like, they just don't. Sometimes when you become a supervisor, for example, maybe there are parts of your job you really actually enjoyed doing the work, but as a supervisor, it's not appropriate. You'll have too much to do managing than actually doing that job anymore. Okay, so that is what we have for group 1. So we're going to go to group 2. What time is it? Okay, group 2, we have the Malachite and the Greenwich Tarot. Let's see what comes up for you. This one, let's just turn it over. Page of Swords. Something to do with the internet, with marketing, with communications, editing, writing. This is message. So if you've applied for a job, maybe applied online, you'll be getting an email about this, some sort of, or communication, could be a phone call. That wise owl up there with the full moon is really drawing my attention. Can you guys see that okay? Looks like you should be able to. These beautiful flowers within the forest is really cool. You have to communicate. You have to be able to articulate and communicate what you want in a job, and get that out there, get it to the people who need to hear it, to be able to act upon it, to purchase your goods, to know that you're interested in another position, or for people to know and understand your great ideas. So I'm getting a lot of ideas. Some sage advice. Maybe working with a mentor would be a good idea, being open to that. The Knight of Wands, this is the honeymoon period card. This is I am really in, although it's a very chill, the horse is just kind of walking along here. Usually the Knight of Wands is galloping in, lots of energy. There is a town, they're going to the village. Maybe you have to move into a city, or how your commute to work may be changing. You may want to live closer to work, moving closer to work. But this is something you're passionate about. It's inspiring. You're enthusiastic. This is something you're really excited about, that not only is a paycheck, but strikes some sort of satisfaction, and you feel good about it. The Four of Pentacles, too, you could be gaining some income from this. But so the Four of Pentacles is an interesting card. It's known as the miser card. It's known as someone who's very focused on material things that is more important to them than, say, relationships. They're always going to be putting their things and their money, and so sometimes that is their job first. You can see the boundaries can be so strong that this person's like, hey, what's up? Can I come in? Like, there's literally a wall, because they're so protective of their physical things that they may value those over, again, as I said, relationships. Maybe there will be a choice to be made where someone makes a career move that puts the relationship kind of at a crossroads where, hey, babe, this career opportunity came up, but I have to move to Dallas. And you're like, well, what my job's here and our life's here and our kids go to school here. And so it could, or if you're dating, really, it can create a crossroads where it's like, okay, how serious is this relationship? Are they just going to leave and it's kind of a natural ending? Or is it, okay, is this relationship something that, something serious enough, we both feel serious enough to move for each other, or to forgo the opportunity and stay as well? It could be either side. But it's kind of, what's the motivation behind this? What are the priorities into making this decision? Again, getting some sage advice, someone that you've either like maybe a grandparent or a parent or a trusted friend or someone, even a counselor, someone that can help you sort of separate these, what this communication, trying to sort it all out and figure out, okay, what am I thinking here? What is most important? What does this mean? And what are the things I need to consider in order to make this decision? But I feel like you feel pretty passionate, because this feels like, for some reason, this knight is walking towards this communication, this new opportunity, this message. And this person's this way, looking, I mean, he's looking back, but he's turned towards, he seems stuck to me, fixed. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I got for you. And I guess I didn't do any other letters or anything. So that is for group 2, and we will move on to group 3. Oops. Okay, group 3. Let's see, with citrine, I should be putting that out there. Let's see what we got going on for you for career. So this is a timeless reading. So whenever you view this, let's say, these things can come true. I don't know. I don't like to say predictive things, so I don't know about come true, but these energies may be realized. Oh, I like the Emperor. Let's say in the next 3 months to 6 months feels like a good amount of time. Well, lots of people. So the Emperor, the Queen of Swords. These are 2 very strong, powerful decision-making cards. And the Tower, holy crap. Wow. I may pull some other cards. Okay, let's see what's going on here. This is, something will come up in career which will cause you to make a decision. Now, the Emperor takes all the feedback that they get from their subjects, right? We think of this as a leader. Here's all their concerns and what they want, what they don't want. But then it's up to them to make the decision that they feel is best based on what the priorities are and what is most important and maybe what's best for the most people. But in the end, the Emperor is going to be responsible for that decision and will have to answer to that decision any ramifications or consequences of that decision. And so they really have to make the decision that feels right to them, understanding, okay, can I live with this if it doesn't work out? Because if you're making decisions based on what your parents want or your spouse wants, and it's not that you're not, or your friends or your whatever, it's not that you're being selfish and not thinking about them, but in the end, you're still the one that has to deal with the consequences. Even if you feel pushed by someone, they're going to be able to do anything. I mean, you are ultimately responsible. So the emperor says to make the decision that is feels right for you, and understanding that you cannot make everyone happy. I mean, the Queen of Swords, she uses the facts, she uses her brain. It's interesting in this card, there's a red flag back here. So how someone reacts will be interesting to you, I think, for some career decision you're making. If someone makes it all about them, I think that'll be a red flag. It may signal some sort of career change, may signal this tower, may almost create a tower situation, because I feel like someone else is going to have a strong opinion about your career. So this could be a fellow coworker. I've had this happen to me. I was hired for a job and there was some overlap with the person leaving, and they clearly did not, I didn't even know them, did not feel that I was the right person for the job. So I don't know if they had a friend or someone else they thought would be good for the job. I'm not sure, but I have no idea. But they were just nasty to me. So I was very lucky that they weren't staying in that position, because I don't think I could have stayed. But I almost feel like it's more of a personal, and there's kind of a theme going through these pick a card career readings this time around, of having to make a decision. So you may have to move, you may want to move to be closer, and other people having a strong opinion about that. It could, so for example, if you're in a relationship, but maybe it's, maybe you've moved in together, but it's still kind of on the new side. And if you get a job opportunity and you have to move for it, it will put the relationship at a bit of a crossroads, because so it makes you say, okay, where are we in this relationship? How do we feel about each other? Do we think it has a future? Are we ready? It kind of forces a little bit for people to examine the relationship and determine whether or not they want to move for it, or deepen the commitment. Or maybe, do we want to try the long distance thing? And I don't know, it may bring up some sort of thing like that, but ultimately, being the emperor and making the decision that's best for you. The Queen of Swords there has a really contemplative look. She's thinking it over, but she's going with the facts. She's going with what makes the most sense. So definitely a head-based decision. So the opportunity may override a relationship, a heart, something with the heart right now. And some people could see it as blowing up your life, right, with the tower. But it also could put a magnifying glass. Is that the right word? I don't know. It could again put you at that crossroads that shows, you know what, this relationship actually wasn't sustainable. It was almost more convenient than a love match. This emperor's she's looking off. She's looking forward. He's looking at her. Huh. It's almost like maybe they both Because even though he's looking at her, he to me looks like he's looking not at her and she's looking off that way. Maybe he's looking towards more of the Tower card, but it's almost like there are two people and they both have their own plans and paths, and that they may just not be parallel enough and close enough right now to be together, and so it may create a natural break in the relationship. I know this is a career reading, but that came up I think with group 2. Can't remember. It was just like 5 minutes ago and I've already forgotten what the reading was about. Okay, so that is a career reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.